enter his gates with thanksgiving in my heart. I will enter his courts with praise. I will say this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice, for he has made me glad. Oh, he has made me glad. He has made me glad. I will rejoice, for he has made me glad. He has made me glad. He has made me glad. I will rejoice, for he has made me glad.
Hello, Bayview community, and welcome to this Thanksgiving Day service. Now, you might be saying, Juliana, really? Thanksgiving Day service? It's been a really hard year, and you have every right to say that. And I think it's both and. There is much that we are grieving today, not being able to be with, many of us, not being able to be with our loved ones in person. And we also have so much to be grateful for. So I hope that this time together with some music and some reflections from the different world traditions, this is an interfaith service, hoping that everyone will feel welcome. You're welcome to the service no matter how you're feeling. If you're not feeling grateful, that's okay. If you just want to be in community virtually and just listen, maybe one thing I say or one thing I read will speak to you today. So please feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. It is our tradition in our Vesper services here at Bayview, or I guess it's my tradition that I've invited you all into, to take a few moments of centering. Just a moment to breathe, to be in the here and be in the now. So I invite you, no matter where you are, if you're standing or sitting, to take a few minutes, close your eyes if that's helpful, and start to take a few deep breaths. Breathing is something that we are always doing, but we often don't pay attention to it. And I'd like to offer today that breathing is like life. There's both a give and a take. We have to take in air, and then we have to exhale. We have to let it go. So life is full of giving and taking both. Welcome to this time and to this place and to this service. The first reading today that I'd like to share with you all, my dear Bayview community, is based on an Iroquois prayer. It's a prayer of thanksgiving. We return thanks to our mother, the earth, which sustains us. We return thanks to the rivers and streams which supply us with water. We return thanks to all the herbs which furnish medicine for the cure of our diseases. We return thanks to the corn and to her sisters, the beans and squash, which give us life. We return thanks to the wind, which moves the air and moves diseases away. We return thanks to the moon and stars, which have given us their light when the sun goes down. We return thanks to the sun that has looked upon the earth with a beneficent eye. Lastly, we return thanks to the Great Spirit, in whom is embodied all goodness, and who directs all things for the good of God's children. Amen.
Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body.
I'd like to take this moment to make a land acknowledgement, to acknowledge that Bayview is on Duwamish ground, that we are in debt to the Native peoples. The Native peoples of this country have always known that we depend upon the earth, that their connection to the land is sacred. Self-sufficiency is really a myth. Our state as human beings is of interdependence, like we talked about with our breath. There's a giving and a taking. And being in gratitude to our earth, to everything that surrounds us, that provides us with what we need for life, fresh air, clean water, food. Gratitude puts us in right relationship with everyone and everything. It helps us not to take things for granted. And I loved this sentence. This was in a story by Noah Ben-Shia, and the title is Jacob the Baker, and this sentence really stood out to me. Each of us is the source of the other, and our only strength is in knowing this. May we be grateful for our earth, for our environment, and know that we are interdependent upon each creature, the earth, and each other. Next, I'd like to share with you a poem by French-Canadian poet Mary de la Valette. The title of the poem is called Truth and Beauty. I do not have to go to sacred places in far-off lands. The ground I stand on is holy. Here, in this little garden I tend, my pilgrimage ends. The wild honeybees, the hummingbird moths, the flickering fireflies at dusk are a microcosm of the universe. Each seed that grows, each spade of soil is full of miracles. And I toil and sweat and watch and wonder, and I'm full of love, living in this place, for truth and beauty dwell here. The short reflection I'd like to make now is that everything is holy. we don't have to bless things to make them holy. Blessing things is more about simply recognizing that they're already blessed. And I get this idea from theologian Barbara Brown Taylor, who is an Episcopal priest, and she wrote this in Altar in the World. The poem that I read about the holiness of the earth and the place here makes me think of our terrace garden and all the residents who had pots and just created these beautiful works of art. You all found the holy in our terrace garden this summer. Thank goodness that we don't have to travel anywhere to be somewhere sacred. The ground that we are on is sacred. The final reading I'd like to share with you today is by Rabbi Rami Shapiro. Sing to life a new song. Sing to life all creation. Sing of compassion and temper your deeds with kindness. Sing to all the world and tell of the miracles that sustain us daily. Yet wonder is greater than praise. No words can capture its essence. All words are idols. All ideas snares. Truth is beyond opinion. Reality lies beyond thought's last horizon. Splendor and majesty leave us speechless. Strength and beauty are touched, not talked. Let your worship be acts of beauty and holiness. Let all the world stand together in awe. Declare among the nations, all is God. Maintain the world with justice. The heavens rejoice, and the earth is glad. The seas roar their praise. The fields exult, the forests sing. For all the world is rooted in righteousness.
Lift your hands and sing, flowing from my heart.
Bayview community, please receive this blessing. May you know that you are already blessed, simply by being. May you know that you stand on holy ground, that your very life depends on this earth and one another. May you embrace your independence. May you give and may you receive. May you know that, as the South African peoples say, I am because you are. Go in peace. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. Amen.